Hey guys, it's Jesse from Soulpre. Today I want to talk about the one word, the one trait that encompasses all of the greatest athletes of all time. Stoic. If you listen to the mainstream media, people my age and younger have no clue what the meaning of Stoicism is. The dictionary actually defines it as somebody who is able to endure pain and suffering without complaint, which is the complete antithesis to entitlement, something that's thrown around about us all the time. Now, I have a theory that this actually describes the relationship between older generations and younger generations throughout time. That the older generation always thinks that the younger generation is ruining things, doesn't know how to work, and how is society possibly going to survive with these entitled brats. Theories aside, what isn't up for debate is the amount of hard work and sacrifice it truly takes to become the greatest athlete of all time. No matter how talented you are, and that word gets thrown around a lot for great athletes, you absolutely have to be able and willing to endure and sacrifice a lot of time, pain, energy, effort to become the best you possibly can be. One of the greatest examples of this is Michael Jordan, and I remember a story you can read about in his biography, The Life, by Rolen Lazenby. In it, he describes what I believe was Jordan's junior year in North Carolina. He was burnt out, he was tired, and he talked to his coach about quitting the team and just forgetting about basketball entirely. Uncharacteristic of him to talk about quitting or being burnt out at all, his coach gave him some leeway and told him to take some time off, think about it, and decide what he wanted to do. Burnout in college athletics is absolutely real. I know plenty of athletes myself that I competed with that burnt out at the end of college. Even the great athletes, and especially at such a competitive program like North Carolina, it's a tough, grueling grind for 4 years on top of going to school. The following day, Jordan's coach comes into the athletic facility, and what does he hear? There's a pounding of basketball in the gym. And early in the morning, before anybody had arrived, he finds Jordan hard at work. Even in the depths of his mental fatigue and burnout, Jordan had a burning desire to become better, to become the greatest of all time. And that's a debate we can save for another day. But what is undeniable is that burning passion, the willing to endure suffering and sacrifice, is the absolute definition of Stoicism, and a large part of what makes Jordan one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball player of all time. Examples like Jordan are found throughout sports history, and it all has to do with being stoic. When you learn to accept suffering and pain and allow yourself to move forward towards the best version of yourself, that's when you're going to become the person that you want to be, the athlete that you want to be, and maximize the potential you have in whatever your sport is that you've chosen. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.